seated. Now, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 10. Now, maybe we can personalize that title, becoming a God pleaser. Now, King James says, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. Now, give me some other translation. He said, figure out what will please Christ, and then what? Do it. That's what we've been doing. TPT. He said, then you will learn to choose what is beautiful to our God. So that means sometimes we can choose what is ugly. And when you choose something that is not ugly before God. Now look at it this way. He said something that is beautiful to our God. So it is possible that something is beautiful to God and it's not beautiful to men. Are we together? And it's also possible that something is beautiful to men, yet that thing is what? Ugly to God. So my responsibility and my priority must be to learn and discover those things that are pleasing to God, that are beautiful to Him. Now, give us some other translation. Carefully determine what pleases the Lord. So that means a whole lot of care is required. It's not just something that, that jumps at us. It's something that we must carefully do. You see, this subject is very, very, very important. These days, you realize that many Christians think that Christianity is about us. But the truth is that Christianity and your life is about Him. First and foremost. It's not really about you. It's about Christ. And that is why it is important for every one of us to discover what pleases Him. Now, we read that the place in Proverbs to stir up our curiosity. If God is saying that when the Lord is pleased with me, that pleasing the Lord can be a weapon. Hey, are you with me? Pleasing the Lord can be what? It can be a weapon. It can be something that God can use to silence our enemies. So it therefore means, rather than making my enemies my concern, that I would rather make my concern to please the Lord. And He knows how to deal with the enemies. And these enemies might be many things. Now, we have already defined what it means to please the Lord. For the want of time, I'll try not to do a whole lot of recap, but all those messages you can find them online. You can find them in our Telegram page or on our Telegram page. And by the way, let's welcome our online worshipers. And that like our Facebook page, go subscribe to our YouTube channels. And that is both the church and my personal channel. And I also want to encourage you to subscribe to Mommy's channels. It will do you a whole lot of good. Now, I remember the day we started this teaching, I began to ask people, are there people in our lives that we really want to please? You remember those of you who were here? And many people had different persons that they said they wanted to please by all means. And we also tried to find out the reasons. I remember somebody said that the investment of her uncle is so huge that she doesn't want to be a disappointment. I would like to begin on the note of